Have you ever been petting your cat and it's all sweet, they're purring, maybe even leaning into your hand, and then suddenly you get the bap, the bite, or that angry little I'm done squirm, and you're just sitting there like, okay, wow, I was just being nice. But what if it wasn't random at all? Because there's one super common way people pet cats that can quietly teach them, my signals don't matter. And when a cat learns that, they don't just get annoyed, they start trusting you less. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm not saying it to scare you. I'm saying it because I've done it. I'm Laura, I'm 28, and I have 3 cats at home, 2 ragdolls and 1 Persian, and I love them more than anything. And a lot of the cat attitude people complain about is really just us missing the early warning signs. So in this video, I'm going to show you the petting habit that breaks trust, the tiny consent test that fixes most of it instantly, and the sneaky signals your cat gives way before the bite happens, including the one my Persian does that looks innocent until you realize it's basically him saying, last chance. My Persian will sometimes jump up next to me like he wants cuddles. He'll do that slow, calm blink, and I'm like, aw, we're bonding. And I'll start petting him the way a lot of people do. Long strokes down the back, over and over, kind of like you're smoothing out a blanket. And at first, it feels perfect. He's purring. So in my head, I'm thinking, this is working. And then out of nowhere, he snaps around like, enough. A lot of cats don't go from yes to no in 1 second. And that middle part is where trust gets damaged. Because when your cat gives tiny, I'm done hints and you keep going, what they learn is not petting is bad. What they learn is, I have to escalate to be heard. And once a cat learns that biting is the only thing that works, they start using it sooner. That's the part that creeps up on people. They'll say, he's getting meaner, when really he's just skipping the polite warnings because they didn't work. Now, the way of petting that causes this the most is the non-stop petting. And if you only take one thing from this video, let it be this. Your cat needs you to stop sometimes, on purpose, while things are still good, because that pause tells them, I'm listening. And in a second, I'm going to give you the easiest little hack to do that without making it awkward. But first, let me tell you the weird part. Some cats will still purr while they're getting annoyed. I know, it's unfair. We all grew up thinking purring equals happy, the end. But purring can also be, I'm calming myself down, or I'm tolerating this, or even, I don't feel great. So if you're using purring as the only sign, you can miss the moment your cat is actually getting overstimulated. And overstimulation is the biggest reason nice petting turns into your cat biting you. Think of it like this. Your cat's skin is sensitive. Repeated strokes can start to feel like too much input, almost like a tickle that turns into, okay, stop, 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 if it doesn't end. And the more you keep going, the more their body goes into this slightly tense, buzzy mode. Now here's the part people don't notice until it's too late. The first warning signs are tiny, like ridiculously tiny. Your cat might stop leaning in, the tail tip might start flicking, just the last inch of it. Their skin might twitch along the back like a little ripple. Their ears might rotate slightly, not pinned, just less soft. Their whiskers might pull back a bit, or they'll turn their head toward your hand, not to be cute, but like they're tracking it. And the sneakiest one, this is the one I promised I'd tell you, is when they go still. A lot of people think stillness means, oh, they love it. Sometimes stillness means, I'm deciding if I need to do something about this. Once you see that, you can't unsee it. Okay, so here's the quick hack that changes everything, and it's so simple you'll be annoyed nobody told you. I call it the 3 seconds and hands off rule. Pet your cat for like 3 seconds, not 30, 3, then stop. Just hover your hand nearby or rest it next to them without moving, and then you let your cat answer. If they want more, they'll do something that makes it super obvious. They'll lean into your hand again. They'll headbutt you. They'll follow your hand. They'll reposition their body so the good spot is under your fingers. Some cats even do this little presenting move where they angle their cheek or chin like right there. That's a yes, but if they don't lean in, if they freeze, if they look away, if they start grooming themselves, if they hop down, that's also an answer. And here's where trust gets made or broken. When the answer is no, you have to accept it like it's normal, because it is. Most people fail right here. They go, come on, and they keep petting, or they follow the cat, or they try to pull them back in, and from the cat's point of view, that's you ignoring the conversation. You want your cat to learn, when I say I'm done, she stops. Because once your cat believes that, they don't feel the need to bite. They don't feel trapped. They can relax. And ironically, they usually come back sooner. It's like with my rag dolls. Rag dolls are known for being super chill, and mine are, but they still have a limit. And if I stop while they're still enjoying it, they stay near me longer. If I push it until they leave, they avoid me the next time. It's that simple. Now, there's another trap that breaks trust between your cat and you, and I want you to really hear this one, because it tricks nice people. Your cat rolls over and shows their belly, and your brain goes, belly rub time. And then you do it, and you get the bunny kicks in the teeth, and you're like, why would you show me the belly if I'm not allowed to touch it? Okay, so this is one of those things that sounds like a joke, but it's actually a big misunderstanding. A cat showing their belly can mean, I feel safe around you. It does not always mean, please touch the most sensitive part of my body. Sometimes it's an invitation to play. Sometimes it's just a stretch. Sometimes it's like, look at me existing comfortably. And sometimes it's literally a trap, like they're in that playful mode where they want your hand to become prey. So if you go straight for the belly with full hand rubbing, you can break trust fast because the cat learns, when I show vulnerability, you grab it. Instead, here's a better move that keeps the trust but still lets you interact. When your cat rolls over, aim for the safe zones that most cats actually like, the cheeks, the chin, the base of the ears, or even the chest area, like right between the front legs, but gentle. And do the 3 seconds and stop thing. If your cat truly loves belly touches, you'll find out because they'll stay loose, they'll invite it again, and they won't grab your hand. But don't assume. Let them teach you. And speaking of grab your hand, there's one petting style that I see people do that almost guarantees a cat will lose trust, even if the cat is normally affectionate. It's the surprise top-down hand. You know when you reach from above and land your whole hand on their head like you're patting a dog? To us, it's friendly. To a lot of cats, it feels like something big just came down out of the sky. And even if your cat doesn't run away, they might just tolerate. And tolerance is not trust. So here's a little fix that feels almost too easy. Before you pet, let your cat choose to start it. I do this all the time with mine. I'll put my hand near them, but not on them. Palm down, fingers relaxed, kind of like a little ramp. And I let them sniff. And then I do a 1-finger start, not a whole hand. 1 finger. Like you're saying hi. If they push into it, you upgrade to more contact. If they don't, you don't force it. This is one of those tiny things that makes your cat feel in control. And cats care about control more than we do. It's why a cat will sit in a box that's too small. It's their choice. Now, I said earlier that non-stop petting is a big problem, but there's one spot that makes non-stop petting go from meh to full betrayal really fast, and people hit it without realizing. The base of the tail. Some cats love a little scratch right above the tail, and they do that elevator butt thing. It looks like you found the magic button, and you might have for about 5 seconds. But that area is super sensitive, and for some cats it can flip from oh yes to okay no very suddenly. And if you keep going there once they're done, you'll see the tail start whipping, the back skin twitching, and then you'll get the classic turn and bite. And here's another trust breaker that sounds silly, but it matters. The speed and pressure. A lot of people pet their cat like they're trying to get all the fur to lay flat. Big, fast strokes, firm hand. Most cats like a lighter touch than you think, more like gentle scratch than smoothing a table. If you want a quick way to check your pressure, do this. Start with just 2 fingers, like your index and middle finger, and do small circles on the cheek area. If your cat relaxes into it, you can slowly add more fingers or your whole hand. But starting small keeps you from overwhelming them. And please, please watch for this one detail because it's basically your cat whispering stop before they yell it. If their skin starts rippling where you're touching, like a little wave in the fur, that's often them getting overstimulated. That ripple is your sign to pause and do the consent test. Because if you ignore the ripple, a bite later feels out of nowhere, but it wasn't. Now let's talk about the part that really breaks trust long term. It's not just how you pet, it's what you do when your cat tries to leave. If your cat gets up and walks away and you follow them with your hand like, no, come back, from their point of view, you just turned petting into something they have to escape. And cats remember that. This is why some cats start dodging hands. People will say, he hates being pet, when really he hates being chased by hands. So here's the mindset shift that changed my relationship with my cats. The goal is not to pet your cat as much as possible. The goal is to end the interaction while your cat still feels good about you. This is gonna sound almost too simple, but try it. Stop one pet earlier than you normally would. If your cat usually bites at the 2-minute mark, stop at 1 minute and 30 seconds. If your cat usually gets twitchy after 10 strokes, stop at 7. Ending early feels rude to us. To your cat, it feels respectful. And when you do that consistently, something really cool happens. Your cat starts staying near you because they're not worried you'll push past their limit. Okay, now let's say you're listening to all this and you're like, Laura, I think I've already messed this up. My cat already flinches or walks away. You can rebuild trust. I've had to do it, especially with my Persian because he's more sensitive than my rag dolls, and I didn't realize I was pushing him into that overstimulated zone. Here's the simple reset I use. For a couple days, keep petting sessions short on purpose. Like, comically short. 1 or 2 gentle touches on a safe spot. Then stop. If your cat stays, you can do another couple touches. If they leave, you let them leave like it's no big deal. And here's the secret sauce. You want your cat to be the one who restarts it. So after you stop, just hang out. Don't reach again. If your cat comes back and bumps you or rubs their face on you, that's huge. That's them saying, okay, I trust this again. If you want to speed that up a little, you can pair gentle touches with something your cat likes, like a treat afterward or a little play session, but only if your cat is comfortable with that. The real win is that your hand becomes predictable. Predictable hand equals safe hand. Now, I also want to cover what to do in the moment if your cat does bite or swat during petting, because this is where people accidentally make it worse. The instinct is to yank your hand away fast or scold or get loud. But from your cat's side, fast movement can turn into prey and yelling can turn into danger. And then they link that whole messy moment to you, not to the petting mistake. So if you feel your cat starting to get edgy or you see that head turn toward your hand, do the opposite of dramatic. Go still. Stop moving your hand. Don't jerk it away like a toy. Just pause. Then slowly remove your hand and give them space. If your cat is in that playful grabby mode, you can redirect with a toy later, but in the moment, stillness is your friend. And if your cat is biting hard or this is happening a lot suddenly, especially if they used to love petting, keep in mind it can also be pain. Cats can get sore spots, arthritis, skin issues, all kinds of things. So if it's new or intense, it's worth checking with your vet. But for the everyday, why did my sweet cat just turn on me moment, it usually comes back to this. Your cat was talking quietly. We didn't hear it, so they talked louder. And the fix is not petting less forever. It's petting smarter. Make your hand easy to predict. Start small. Pause often. Let your cat choose. Stop while it's still good. Because when your cat learns, she stops when I ask, you'll be shocked how much more they choose to be close to you. And honestly, once you start doing the little pause and consent test, you'll start noticing your cat's signals like you can read their mind. It's kind of addictive. And then petting stops being this guessing game and turns into this really quiet little conversation you have with your cat every day.